What we're going to do is look at how to use the vanishing point feature in Photoshop. We're going to use one of our lessons. If you look over here in the layers, you'll see that I have the full graphic as well as the cutout that's from part of the way in the lesson. I'm going to use the full graphic right here because it makes more sense where you can see if it's working correctly or not because of the grid line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all, and I'm going to copy that information on that layer, turn it off. I'm going to go down here to the box layer, and I'm going to add a blank layer. That just makes me feel good and safe that I'm on a blank layer. I'm not going to mess anything up. So now we're going to go into the vanishing point. We go to Filter, Vanishing Point. So now we draw out our grid. Now this is where the problem arises when we do not draw out the grid correctly. So the first one is obvious, where we draw out our first plane. And we just make that happen. You could zoom in if you needed to put them exactly where you need them to go. So the second plane is drawn out by holding Control down and dragging out that side plane, and then you modify it, letting go of Control, just the normal button right now, and I mean normal mouse, and make sure that's the way we want it. Do one side, click, do the other side there. Okay, now here's where the problem arises. If you take and continue to make the third dimension, the top part, from this area here, that would not be correct. But we're going to do it so we see what happens. So we're going to take that and we're going to drag it out, make it match up, and then we're going to hold down Shift, select all the other sides, and we're going to paste. Control V. Remember, this is the wrong way to do it, okay? We're going to paste, and we're going to grab it, and it locks it in there, and we're going to move it around. Now notice when I move from the front panel, where the phone and the girl's pictures are, we move up, we're not seeing that come up the way we want it to. Okay, now on the left side, the side panel, it works. But remember, the side panel was drug out from the front panel, so it makes sense that it works, right? Remember, the top panel was drug out from the side panel, so it's not quite working. So we're going to exit out of here, and we're going to go back and do that again. So Filter, Vanishing Point. So we're going to recreate our front surface. So now we're going to drag out our side, holding Control down and dragging out. Going to modify it so that it matches the dimension and the aspect. Instead of drawing out from this side, this time I'm going to select the front plane, hold Control down, and draw out. See, now that is acting like the top flap. So the top flap is connecting to the front panel, and the side plane is connecting to the front panel too. Okay, so now it should work. Hold Shift down, select the other panels, paste the graphic that's in memory, grab it, move it, and now look. You move up, that top panel is connected to the front panel, the side panel is also connected to the front panel. But remember, the side and the corner, if you open that box up, that would be an empty area, right? The top panel would be facing up and connected to the front panel. The side panel would be connected to the front panel, but the area in the corner in this area, that would be an empty square, right? So that's what's going on. It's as if those two panels are folded over, and this is what you would see. So this is how that multiple plane feature works with a vanishing point.